Nowhere to hide. How Ukraine is tracking, striking, and weakening Russia, on the battlefield and beyond. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine has now stretched into a prolonged, exhausting conflict. But despite massive firepower, Moscow's forces face fierce resistance, and a Ukrainian military that has become increasingly precise in its strikes and tactics. According to MSN reports, Ukrainian troops have used advanced Western-supplied technology, drones, and intelligence support to relentlessly track Russian units. With real-time surveillance and fast counter-battery systems, Russian invaders are finding there's nowhere to hide. One story highlighted how small, mobile Ukrainian strike teams, guided by drone footage, have destroyed Russian artillery positions and supply lines, even in heavily fortified zones. This shift has forced Russian commanders to disperse units, stretch supply routes, and expose new weak spots. Putin's worst nightmare: Ukrainian breakthroughs at the front lines. In addition to tactical strikes, Ukrainian forces have scored some stunning breakthroughs on the battlefield. As detailed in another MSN piece, new counteroffensives have smashed through entrenched Russian defenses in multiple regions. What's made these advances possible? Modern battlefield coordination, real-time drone feeds, HIMARS rocket systems, and joint planning between regular army units and special forces. Ukrainian soldiers say the combination of tech and local knowledge has turned static trench warfare into rapid, unpredictable assaults that catch Russian troops off guard. For the Kremlin, this is a nightmare scenario. An army that was supposed to grind down Ukraine is instead being forced into chaotic retreats. These local gains may not yet mean full victory, but they are reshaping the momentum and morale on both sides. The economic quagmire, Russia's sinking exports and imports. But the battlefield isn't the only front. Russia's economy, once propped up by steady energy exports and imported Western goods, is now sinking deeper into a quagmire. A recent MSN report explains how Western sanctions and logistical hurdles have cut deep into Russia's key exports, especially oil and gas. Meanwhile, importing advanced technology, spare parts, and consumer goods has become increasingly complicated. Russian factories are facing shortages of essential components, and the ruble remains unstable despite desperate interventions. Many analysts say that while the Kremlin has tried to pivot trade to Asia and other partners, the loss of its European markets leaves a gaping hole that is hard to fill. What does this mean for the war? Together, these threads paint a stark picture for Moscow. Ukrainian forces continue to adapt with Western weapons and training, giving them an edge in mobility and precision. Breakthroughs at the front lines undermine Russia's hope of a frozen conflict and could threaten its hold on occupied regions. And on the home front, Russia's economic pain could limit its ability to sustain a drawn-out war effort, from paying soldiers to replacing destroyed hardware. The war is far from over, and both sides have paid a heavy price. But every new strike, breakthrough, or economic setback makes it harder for the Kremlin to maintain its offensive and gives Ukraine more leverage to decide when and how this war might end. Stay informed, share, and support. If you found this summary helpful, don't forget to like this piece to help more people see it. Share it with friends who want to understand what's happening in Ukraine. Subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns and updates on the war, politics, and the global economy. Stay informed, stay strong.